Hi everyone, Foxy Fern here, and today I'm going to talk about some in-depth strategies for playing Lúcio. This is more advanced, so if you want a basic rundown of how to play the hero, then feel free to click the annotation to be taken to that video. So first of all, some important facts to know about Lúcio are 1. His healing aura only affects players that are in his line of sight. 2. Due to his healing and speed boost being passive, you should almost always be in the middle of a battle, throwing out fire as his weapon does a lot of damage and your team will benefit from your presence the most this way. 3. Try to master knocking heroes off the map with Soundwave, as it can be extremely effective in taking out heroes. 4. In your control options, there is something called Hold to Crossfade that will allow you to have healing boost on by default, and the speed boost will only happen while holding down shift. This is of course purely a matter of playstyle preference, and it's just something you might want to give a try. 5. Make sure to always be listening for enemy ultimates so you can use speed boost to get your team to safety, or else use your sound barrier to block the damage if you don't have time to run away. So let's take a look at counters and synergies. First of all, while heroes have strengths and weaknesses against others, there aren't really any true hard counters to any one hero. A support can hypothetically 1v1 an offensive hero if given the right circumstances, but this is generally not the case. Lúcio is not usually going to be as effective team up with heroes like Widowmaker, Hanzo, Tracer, Reaper, Genji, or D.Va, as they usually either stay out of the fight or they're constantly diving behind enemy lines, making it very difficult for you to perform your duties. So if you have 2 or more of these heroes on your team, you may want to consider a different support. Heroes he teams up extremely well with are Soldier 76, McCree, Zarya, Reinhardt, Junkrat, and Mei, as they're constantly in battle but usually at a safer distance, and they don't have as good of escape mechanisms as some others, so they're less likely to be taking extreme risks and will benefit more from your speed boost. It can also be beneficial to pair with another Lúcio, because then your team can always have both the healing and speed boost affecting them at the same time, assuming the 2 of you are communicating. As Lúcio, you should do your absolute best to avoid heroes like Pharah and Zarya. Pharah has no problem avoiding Lúcio's slow-moving projectiles by flying into the air, and she'll make you absolutely miserable by launching rockets at you constantly. The one upside is that Sound Barrier is very effective against Pharah's ultimate if you get it off in time, or you can help your team run away from it with the speed boost and amp it up. Zarya also poses a problem because Lúcio is not good at burst damage, and even though he can knock her back with Sonic Wave, she can still hit you with her splash range damage. Be sure to stop spamming your weapon attack if you see her use a barrier, because it will absorb the damage and turn it into greater power for her particle cannon. Her Graviton Surge also acts very quickly and is difficult to get away from, but its damage can still be blocked with Sound Barrier. A team will benefit the most from a Lúcio versus heroes like Genji, Reaper, Mei, and Winston, as those heroes rely heavily on melee combat. Lúcio can knock them back with Sonic Wave and also help allies escape their close range attacks with his speed aura. Roadhog is another that will have trouble landing his hooks on Lúcio or teammates when their speed is increased. Sound Barrier is an excellent counter to any of these heroes' ultimates as well. Be careful of Mei though, because if she does get in range of you and your Sonic Wave is on cooldown, she will almost certainly be able to freeze you and take you out. Hanzo and Widowmaker will have a tougher time aiming at your teammates when they're able to move quickly, but be aware that you're going to be their primary target to take out first, and dodging your projectiles will be a piece of cake for them since they'll be so far away. McCree is generally not as much of a threat to Lúcio unless you get too close to him, then he'll flashbang you and pretty much kill you instantly. When you're up against a Junkrat, it's best to keep your heal active most of the time, as it will help offset the damage from his frag grenades, but also because the speed boost can actually make it more difficult for your teammates to avoid his traps. So these are the heroes I felt most important to cover with Lúcio. This is my first video doing the more in-depth guide, so if you think I should include more or less or something specific in the next one, please share so in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.